within himself.
Start it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Washington, LeBron James is out there with Jordan. And it's Durant. And it's Porzingis and it's the foul. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Drummond's checked in for Wallace. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Anthony. And Kobe is subbed in for Jason Kidd. For Washington, they have gone just 4 of 8 from the line tonight, hoping to move that free throw percentage up a bit. The drive by Bryant. And Drummond kicks to Jordan. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
Jordan kicks to Leonard. Back to Jordan. He feeds it to Drummond. From deep. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft, interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Anthony's checked in for Bryant. Porzingis. Got a hand on it. It's deflected. And stolen by Jordan.
Don't let Jordan shoot that.
The pass to Porzingis. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Kicks it out to Leonard. To the middle. Shot off the pick. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Porzingis has got 6.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And Jordan sends it back. And Durant, here we go. And it's sent back by Drummond.
James.
Back to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Porzingis. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Knocked away. And stolen by Jordan. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Foul. Kristaps Porzingis.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. It's Durant with the drive. And that one's good. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Brooklyn shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
2 shots.
Free throw is good. And Washington going with a whole new group here. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin's checked in for Porzingis. Bradley Beal comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Michael Jordan. And it's Hill penetrating. The wide open look here for Anthony. Rebounded by Anthony.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Wilkins with the ball. Now Beal defending. The shot by Wilkins. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Here's Wall. Anthony with the block. .112 left to play in the third. It's stolen by Anthony. Looking to end his cold spell.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't last for long. That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Gasol's checked in. 44 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. It's Anthony with the drive. And Wall kicks to Wilkins. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game. Lillard from outside. Hill with some nice D.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit.
At the line.
We'll see if that's the answer.
First free throw is good. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Brooklyn. Both free throws good from Ewing. Brooklyn trails by 13. Down low. And Gasol gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Feeds to Hill. Back to Wall.
Foul.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard.
That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
At the line.
For Washington, they have gone 7 of 11 from the line.
Taking 2 shots.
And so Wall nails both of them.
Timeout.
Timeout call.
Start it.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Washington out in front. They lead by 13. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Davis is out there with Mark Gasol. Then it's Jason Kidd. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Wiggins in at the 2.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Coleman. Durant at the elbow. And the shot is good. And Washington leads by 13.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passes of these 2 teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
LeBron outside. Coleman, the pass to LeBron. To the wing right side. Coleman cans the shot from the wing.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Cutting into the lead with a huge 1-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
That's a 3-second violation.
Mark down low that time, and he got 1 second clock. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Walls is checked in for Gasol. Griffin comes in for Porzingis. Anthony's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jordan in for Andrew Wiggins.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Washington making some changes. Brooklyn trails by 9. Kidd dishes to Griffin. Outside for Kidd. Outside Anthony. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. It's hauled in by Ewing. Jordan's gone 2 for 6 from the floor so far. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Anthony. Outside for Jordan. The drive by Anthony. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on John Wall.
So far in the game for Anthony, he has 8 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
And Clark, he's really gotten into their heads because of it. I mean, guys are on the lookout for him, always worrying about where he is. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist. And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He is not pleased with the score and imploring them to try to make a push right now, saying, we don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug. Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch the breath, you're right. Brooklyn trails by 10. This is it to Porzingis. Tries it from the top of the key. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. That's on 10 for Ewing. In a moment here, take a look at some of the hustle stats for Washington.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every time.
And he gets the bucket. And Washington leads by 13.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but it looked like he was out of his element at all right there.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Washington.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for James. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
The drive by Anthony. Fades. Here's Porzingis. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Here's LeBron. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Ball's knocked loose. The open shot, Anthony. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Hey, James.